Hello traders, this is Tom Williams from Opteck, and this is our daily market review for the 14th of August 2013. Yesterday we've talked about several good trades, and each and every one of them were potential. After the announcement on the US dollar, we had a very nice spike on the dollar itself, as I was expecting the dollar to gain strength. We saw that the Canadian dollar in front of the US dollar lost a lot of strength, and we had a great uptrend beyond the trend line that I've placed yesterday, and a few other good trades that I've informed during the webinar itself. Right now we're approaching an announcement on the pound in 3 minutes. Right now it's 9:27 and 9:30. We've got a few announcements on the pound itself. I said yesterday that I'm expecting the market to express large liquidity once the announcement will come out. I'm always talking about that using the idea of liquidity when I'm talking in my webinars, about the idea that before announcements, there's nothing that we should pay attention to in the market. There will be a lot of low amount of liquidity, a lot of problematic information to analyze. We can't analyze the market before announcements because a lot of traders are expressing fear and they won't place their funds in the market before they'll see the announcement itself. So I wouldn't try to trade before important announcements, because I'm expecting that even a good indication using the indicators won't give us a suitable entrance point, and I'm talking about that through my first webinar from the entire 4 series webinar that we're delivering to our traders. So again, we've got a few announcements coming up regarding the pound. Later on this day, we've got another announcement on the euro and the dollar at 1:30 p.m. At the beginning of the US markets time frame. Let's go to the charts and let's see what's going on right now. Now again, the analysis that I'll give a larger perspective, because until you watch this video, it might take 20 minutes until we'll upload it, and I don't want you to miss trades for later on this trading day. Right now the market can change as an expression of the announcement on behalf of the pound. We've received one good announcement on the pound, and I'm still waiting to see what will be the expression here that's equivalent, and here I'm not expecting it to change. Yeah, okay, so we've got a good announcement on the pound. Let's go and see what's going on with the charts. Okay, so first of all, I gave several good trades this morning to traders on the Japanese yen. As you can see, we had a good indication for the Japanese yen to climb up over here and over here. 2 good trades that we had already from this morning, and the Canadian dollar spiked as well on the same area. And we can see generally that Japanese yen is gaining strength in the market, but again, I would wait for approximately 15 minutes to see what will be the expression of the announcement on the pound regarding the Japanese yen. We can see that the pound itself is still gaining strength. We just received an announcement. Usually what happens when we've got an announcement of one currency, in this case we had an announcement on the pound that gained strength in the market, when that announcement is delivering liquidity toward a specific direction regarding the Japanese yen in this case, then we will see all the other currencies pulling lower just at the beginning of the move. Okay, because the pound at the moment is pushing on all frontiers, and we can see that indeed the Japanese yen in front of the Australian dollar, in front of the euro, in front of the Canadian dollar, all of them are dropping down while the pound is gaining strength in front of the Japanese yen. And that's a very, very similar image that we saw yesterday when we had an announcement on the dollar. Again, the dollar itself, after the announcement yesterday, spiked higher, was approximately here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No, it was here. So we had an announcement on the dollar that gave a lot of strength to the dollar specifically in front of the Japanese yen, but it caused other currencies to lose strength in front of the Japanese yen. So this is, I would like to refer to that as if we're throwing a rock into a lake. Then we have a huge movement on a specific area on the lake, in the lake, but it'll take time until the expression will move forward, and express the same motion over all the other currencies. So at the moment, that's a bomb that we received right now, the announcement. Right now, we can see that the pound is gaining a lot of strength in front of the Japanese yen, and all the others are just lagging behind. But I'm expecting the Japanese yen, being a dominant currency in the market, to express weakness in front of all the assets later on this day. Let's continue to see what we have on our scales. That's a good put option for the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. I would wait for the market to cross this trend line first, and this trend line will be another trade, put option trade. Here we've got nothing. Here we've got nothing. We had a good trade over here, the Australian dollar versus Japanese yen, as I said. A good cross over here and over here. Very nice trades. Let's see, Euro Japanese yen, we've talked about that. Pound Japanese yen, we said. Look at that, the pound is gaining a lot of strength in the market instantly because of the announcement. Okay, now I'm not rushing my trades. I would not take a trade once the market is spiking. I will wait for the pullback and then join the uptrend when I have the approval from the indicators that we're working with. Euro dollar is not moving a bit, because the expression of the pound, stronger pound in the market, is being expressed in front of the euro and in front of the dollar at the same time. This is why no one, not the euro and not the dollar, is gaining a sufficient strength at the moment to express it in front of the other. So we've got a fluctuation level waiting for several announcements that we said that we've got regarding the euro and regarding the dollar. Okay, the chart, euro dollar, is waiting for this movement to occur on the chart so that we will have movement on this scale. My expectation on the euro versus the US dollar, I think that we should see, obviously that's an impulse movement dropping down. We've got an A, we've got a B, and I'm expecting to see a C climbing up, and then I'm expecting to see the drop down. If it will climb up before the announcement on the dollar, perfect. Because of the structure, and I love doing that, making the connection between structure and announcements. Because of the structure, my expectation from the announcement right now is that at the first announcement that we've got on the euro, this one, we will have a good announcement on the euro itself, and then we'll have an uptrend over here. And after that, at 1:30 p.m., we will have another announcement on the dollar that will give strength to the dollar, and another good announcement on the dollar. That is my perspective according to structure. Again, I'm making a plan because I want to attend to trades according to the logic of structure combined with fundamentals. This is why my expectation from the euro is to gain strength from the announcement, and then we'll have an A, B, and C. And then I'm expecting the dollar to gain strength as well, and then we'll have another impulse movement dropping down. Now, it's very logical that we'll have this structure, because even though the euro may appear to may give us good announcement, then we're still waiting for the announcement on the dollar. Traders won't trade beyond this area. Okay, they will stick toward this area approximately, and they will stay over here before they will drop down lower. Now, that is my observation, that is my plan. Binary option trading is not trading for long term, but making a plan for the current situation in the market, and that's what we're specializing in. So I will definitely place a trend line waiting for the announcement on the US dollar to trade the euro versus the US dollar. At the moment, I can't see that as a good potential at all. Let's continue. Dollar Japanese yen gave us another good trade. We've released that trade to traders. Euro versus the Canadian dollar. Look at that. That's a beautiful image. We've got an impulse movement climbing up. We've got a choppy overlapping movement dropping down. The stochastic is in the area, the RSI as well. We're expecting the market to spike higher. It will happen only once we will cross this trend line. Euro versus the Canadian dollar for a call option, a good possibility. Euro pound, look at that. The pound is getting strength in front of the euro as well. Obviously, that's very logical. According to the elite wave analysis, we've got a 1, we've got a 2. This is the exact structure that I'm expecting to see on the euro versus the US dollar. The same A, B, and C. Okay, and now we've got another impulse dropping down. So that's supposed to be whether a C wave or a third wave dropping down. We need to see what will come up from the structure itself so that we'll be able to use that. So we had a change in the amount of citizens in England that claim for work, and that was better than the prediction. We saw that from the announcement itself. It was marked in green, and we can see that the pound is indeed gaining strength in the market. Let's proceed. Obviously, as I said, I'm looking for the larger perspective to give you a potential beyond the announcement that we can see right now. Let's look at the commodities. The silver is bouncing backward and forward against the non-tradable area right now. It's in a consolidation area, it's obvious. And again, I'm expecting the gold and the silver both to drop down once we'll have the announcement of the dollar that will give strength to the dollar. At the moment, the gold is presenting a good image of a potential for a downtrend. Once it will cross this trend line, then the RSI will get into the safe area that we can trade, and that will be a suitable trading potential. Okay, well, cross beyond the trend line will be a suitable trade. We've got a cross a stochastic, we've got an RSI below the 50, and we're waiting for the RSI to cross the 48 down, and that will happen once we'll cross this trend line, and then we'll have an approval to participate in a put option on the gold. I will take this trade for 1 hour. That concludes our session. I wish you all the best with your trades, and obviously if you'd like to elevate your knowledge and to understand exactly how to make the analysis on your own, you're more than welcome to join our let's call it a community of traders. We've got webinars, we can deliver a lot of education, and I'm sure that you'll find that very beneficial. Thank you, and bye bye.